Thank you very much, Grandma Germaine, for that good grandma's recipe, the last lot of this program. And since the beginning of this program, we have been talking about the HPV vaccine, that is the human papilloma virus vaccine. And Kange Sonita has been here with us throughout the program, explaining some certain issues. We have a caller on line one. Let's take certainly the last caller. Hello.
Wait, hello.
Yes, good afternoon. How do we call you?
Yeah, Petit Chauffeur, Petit.
Petit Chauffeur. I'm happy to hear from you.
Good afternoon, Bedapa.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. That is quite an interesting program. I love it very well.
Thank you.
And I understand so many things from it. I want to know, what are the symptoms? Because I'm a man. In your opinion, what are the symptoms that can let you understand that you are having almost a cancer?
All right. Our nurse has noted that, and she's going to give you some answers to your question.
Okay, thank you so much for the question.
Petit Chauffeur.
Petit Chauffeur. That's a nice name though. So for the signs and symptoms when it comes to maybe a cancer on the penis, it is actually rare to really have to feel it. But then we always say that when you start having changes on your private part, do not sit back at home. When you start having changes, some discomfort, some things that are not right with your penis, rush to the hospital so that findings can start being made. But then when it comes to the anal cancer too, it is rare. Most of these cancers, they will tend to develop when you start seeing real signs and symptoms when they're already at that advanced stage. That's one thing about cancer. But then there are some little difficulties that when you start feeling, and if you just sit back at home, you don't know what you're nursing, and when it reach at the point you're getting to the hospital while it is late. So we say if you start seeing abnormal discharges when you are abnormal discharges, you find yourself with wounds on your penis, you don't know the origin, or you find yourself having some pains or some difficulty erecting or some kind of things that were not there, that you have not been experienced, or that just came up strangely with no cause, please rush to the hospital and get clarified. Be reassured that nothing is wrong with you before you can go back and start seeing how to handle yourself.
So Petit Chauffeur, you should not wait for something huge before you say no, this might be cancer, because the listing can also be my symptoms of cancer.
Exactly.
So Petit Chauffeur, you've understood. It's good that you should rush to the hospital, as the nurse said. Whatsoever you see that is abnormal with your private part, please go to the hospital for checkup. And there is this last question that I want to ask: how long does the HPV vaccine protect the taker, the person that takes the vaccine? How long is it for? Forever and ever?
The glory be to God, glory be to God. The protection is for life.
Okay.
So once you take it, you're protected
For life.
Your immune is activated, and it's going to work against the infection for life. But then note, the fact that you've taken the virus doesn't mean that the virus, you cannot contract it sexually. You can contract it sexually, but it's going to remain on the surface. And because your system is already activated to fight against it, so it's not going to cause the cancerous changes as it was supposed to cause.
But
you
it's
understand?
just going to be there.
It might be there, and maybe at the long run go back.
Okay. All right. So it doesn't prevent you from contracting the virus.
That's sexually transmitted something. Imagine that you have dirt on your hand. So far as your hands are not washed off, if I touch you, I'm dirty now.
But the dirt cannot penetrate
But
my
the
skin.
dirt cannot penetrate my skin because my skin is already a protection against it.
I thought maybe when you collect it like that, even for pass enter you, na lie, it cannot.
No, it's skin contact.
It's
It
a
is
little bit
gotten
like
skin
COVID.
COVID.
COVID vaccine.
COVID.
People still take the vaccine and still develop it, right?
You cannot compare HPV to COVID because COVID is something that enters into you and start acting. HPV is surface.
Anyway, thank you very much, Nurse Kange Sonita. Do you have a last message to give to our listeners about the HPV vaccine, because we have almost no time to continue the program?
Okay, I would like to emphasize that when you get information like this, you should act on it. We thank God that we are already at an area where no information is hidden. And so whenever you get such information, act on it. Whatever is brought to you here is what will benefit you and your household. And so family health is not out to joke. It is out for your good. And so follow what they give you. If you have to go for your vaccination or for your children's vaccination, please do. Forget about what people say in the quarter. If you have questions to ask, always get to the right place, to the right people, and ask them, and be satisfied and be good with your family. Trust me, prevention is better than cure. And prevention is way more cheaper than cure. You will not realize it until you start spending for cervical cancer treatment or for other cancers. It is deadly. When it has already taken you, it has taken you
for good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nurse Kange Sonita, for coming.
Thank you too.
And thank you for sharing your ideas with us, with me, and our listeners.
Thank you very much. And thank you, dear listeners, for always having the ear to hear me and reacting to make it so entertaining and fun. Thank you so much. And surely
they have learned a lot this afternoon. We would like to also thank you, our dear technical team, Ulrich Kemo, who has been our sound engineer, and Jean-Marie Otto, who has been our video editor, and thanking Jean-Passion Salah for coordination and for general supervision, Reverend Pastor Bisa Emmanuel Noel, thanking myself, FRINUE Crispin, for the presentation. And I hope that you guys loved the program. Hoping to have you next week's Thursday, not Saturday, Thursday, for another edition of Family Health. But do not forget, tomorrow we will have Fraîcheur Royal Santé with Raissa Parker, aired only on 88.4 Real FM, same time, 12:30. I'm wishing you a happy Thursday, a happy day, a beautiful day. Everything that comes with this day that is beautiful, I wish that you grab it today and make your weekend that's going to start very soon beautiful too. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Royal FM, la radio.